class and skills, he's nowhere near them. I'm talking about is just strictly his class. I don't
Right.
care about
That's
his
what I'm
talent.
talking
But I
about.
mean, that doesn't make him the best right now because in a world where J. Cole is still dropping music, Kendrick's still dropping music, hell, I don't think that he can be named the best while they're still active. Hell, even Drake and what he's still
I
able
think
to do.
he's the best of his generation.
I
He's the
got
best
Travis
of his
Scott up there.
graduating
Okay,
class. That's what
okay.
I would say.
If it's, I don't remember who was in his freshman class. I'll have to look it up real quick.
So
Let's do it.
Travis
I got
Travis
Travis
Scott
Scott.
would be in that. He would be
I
in
preferred
that.
the baby to Travis Scott. And I also don't think that he's in the same class as him either.
So Jack Harlow would be later on, though, right?
Jack Harlow might be. They're in the
No,
same. They
Jack
could be on
Harlow
the
was
varsity
the
team
year
together.
after. He was year after.
Right,
So the
but
baby was in the 2019 freshman class, and who was in the class with them? Tierra Whack, Rico Nasty, Megan Thee Stallion, Blueface, the baby, Gunna, YB and Corday, Roddy Witch, and YK or Cyrus, whatever, and then a bunch of
okay.
little people whose name is not anything right now.
Yeah,
So
he in the
That's
top
19,
four on that list.
2019.
yeah,
Okay.
so
He's the best out of all them, honestly.
He is?
Better than Roddy
I,
Rich?
Oh
yes, I think
shit.
so.
I would say that he's bigger than Roddy Rich for sure, but as far as pure artistry, I got Tierra Whack and Roddy Rich above the baby personally, but that's just me. And him and Megan are they're like two sides of the same coin.
Well, that nigga, in order
No,
for him to be the best, he gotta rap over some different beat patterns.
That I guess that's what it is for me too. Is like once you hear the baby song, like his flow very rarely does it change. I'm not gonna say it never changes because he does mix it up from time to time, and it's refreshing when he does. But it's I don't know the baby's music. Me and you, we were on this podcast and Baylor when the baby was having his rise. We all loved the baby to start with, but now at this point it's kind of stale to me. But I know that's just a me thing because he still sells like crazy. So
Is he around the same Lil Baby that around there too?
I think Lil
Baby.
Baby was a little before him, but also Lil
Okay.
Baby is a totally different style than the
But Lil
baby.
So
Baby is better
we're
than
talking
the
about as far
baby
as
too.
skill level. Skill level, yeah, he's
I don't
much
like
better
Lil
than.
Baby.
I used to
So
not like
it's
Lil
skill
Baby.
level.
Lil
a matter
Baby's
of
growth
personal
in the
preference.
last year and a half has been fucking phenomenal.
I don't like neither one of them niggas, but I do know Lil
I like the Lil
Baby
Baby.
is when you listen to
I'm
what
not.
he says, that nigga
Yeah,
he
he's
be spitting.
nice.
But I don't really care for neither one of them niggas. To tell you the
So
truth.
Boogie and Boogie's still in that class too, right?
Yeah.
We just named
Wait,
the class
are
of
you saying his
I'm
2019.
just
class?
no Boogie's right around there because he just wasn't as popular though.
I mean, he wasn't in that freshman class. I don't know what freshman class he was in, if he even made a freshman class.
Mm.
But all right. Well, that's. Did everybody get to go on the baby? I know we just had like a kind of.
No,
Go.
yeah,
So you
hey,
think not a
300,000?
chance? Like he's bugging.
300,000?
Uh,
300,000?
It's
I'm saying
300,000.
by him feeling like he's the best out right now.
everybody should
he
feel
must
the
be
same.
he must be
bullshit.
he must
Everybody's
be
bullshit.
talking
Rap is
he must be
competitive.
talking about them
Sport.
little
The-
niggas.
All right, but do we agree with that? Is the
No, I
question.
don't. Not at all. No, I don't.
Okay.
No, but I'm glad that he feels that way.
Yeah.
I want rappers to feel that way. Like I want that competitive spirit. That is something that should be had. Now, as far as the him getting 300,000 a verse, listen, it's not what you're worth, it's what you can get. If he's getting that consistently, hats fucking off to him, regardless of how I feel or anybody else feels about it.
I feel like he has what has been missing in the game for a minute, and that's swag and confidence.
That's true.
Like he's that character. He's the bad guy that we're not going to see again for a minute because we hadn't have one before him for a minute. I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
But I like the bad guys. So.
All right.
He's considered a bad guy?
The baby, absolutely.
Well, first
you gotta
of
keep
all,
in mind,
yeah.
when he popped in, he was
He was
beating
just
people's
arrested
asses.
a few days ago.
Like,
Right.
I don't know if that
shoots
makes
kids.
him a bad
He's
guy.
soft up now.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Shooting people makes him a nice guy, I guess.
No, I mean his persona was never bad guyish to me though.
oh,
Are you
I doubt
serious?
that, bro.
Pretty
Dead
It was
serious.
definitely even
Yeah.
if you don't want to say bad guy, was definitely anti-hero because this is the same guy who was
Yo.
in the
I don't consider the nigga neither.
in the middle of a performance that would get off the stage and punch somebody and then go back to perform. Like that is
exactly.
absolutely
What
like,
are y'all just not
What are
paying
you
shit
attention?
talking
happen.
about? So
That shit
all the
happen
niggas,
all the
all the
time. Like,
motherfuckers
No,
from
it
Wu Tang
doesn't.
should
It
be
does not
considered a
happen
bad
all the
guy.
time
back then,
anymore.
it's like
What?
You guys,
this
here's the
happened
thing.
all
Y'all
the
are showing your
time.
age right now. I don't even want to get into this fight. That shit happened all the time back in our day. Think about it. That has not
And none
happened
of
all
them
the
niggas
time
was
in
considered bad
generation.
guys.
Okay.
None of them niggas from Wu Tang was considered bad guys.
Yes, they
Method
were.
Man is a
oh,
fucking
Staten
you're
Island.
heartthrob.
tripping.
Come
If you
to
the
Staten
Wu Tang
Island,
wasn't
Taylor.
considered bad guys,
They would
Who
fuck
was
your
come
ass
on,
who was
up.
bro.
calling them bad guys? Who? Marquise, you was
People who
calling them
knew
niggas
them
bad guys?
definitely knew.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So what did you consider them to be? Like they
Oh
were
my
people you
god.
wanted to have a problem with? Like I don't know.
No.
That doesn't make you a bad guy.
I don't know.
Yes,
Maybe
it does.
the definition is
There's a
off
lot
to
of
me,
people I don't
bro.
want to have a problem with. That don't mean you're a bad guy. I wouldn't want to have a problem with Redman either.
No, listen. The baby's a bad guy in the sense where he owns the bad guy persona. Like he's like, I will fuck your ass up, but I'll still hop on this track right now. Like,
Everybody was that.
no, they're not in this generation, is what I'm trying to say. Who the fuck else does this? Like, these dudes are soft.
6'9".
Well, and you see how that
That's now
I'm
I can
joking. I'm
see
joking.
him.
I'm
I
joking.
can
I'm
see
sorry.
him being the bad guy. That makes more sense to me.
and he's a rat. So I don't like I think that our definitions of bad guys and realness are not the same.
I was joking.
Oh,
No,
it's
I was
totally
joking.
off.
That was a joke. I'm sorry. There's no anywhere I consider him a bad guy. I'll leave that alone.
All right.
Where-
I'm actually
what
put
happened
down
tonight?
too far down on the list, but this is supposed to be in this section, not the music section. Tiana Taylor becomes the first woman to be at the top of Maxim's hot 100 list. What do you guys think about Tiana Taylor, according to Maxim, being the hottest woman in the world?
I think it's about time that they named a black woman the hottest woman in the world. It only took them 25 years.
That's wild. Nobody else wants to touch it. Nobody.
I
Marquise looking
touch her.
down. Baylor's like looking.
I'll
I-
co-sign it. I'm glad it's a black woman. Honestly, I'm glad it's a black woman.
But let's be real. And I'm a chick, so I could like this might be weird coming from me, but Tiana Taylor's body has always been goals. Stop it.
Perfect. Perfection.
No, body, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, y'all are not giving any credit here. You're just being quiet. So I'm like,
I
wait.
just thought it was a fun fact. That's crazy. I
Okay.
guess. I mean, look, I touch her if that counts for anything.
All right. We are just not doing well tonight.
Well,
I don't-
let's move right on from touching one thing to another. Mayweather, Logan Paul.
Do you really want to touch it?
Yeah. Hey, I almost didn't put this on the list because this fucking travesty to label this a boxing exhibition or anything, they basically just stole everyone's money on this shit.
It ain't still mine.
It ain't mine either. I wasn't paying for
Either.
this shit.
I was
Hey,
sleeping, so
did you see him sleep him real quick though?
There
You
was
kept
only
him up?
two ways that this could go, and this is why I wasn't spending my money on it. Either if this was real, Mayweather would have knocked his ass out in 30 seconds, or they were going to fake this shit, and we were going to get exactly what we did, and that was it going the full time. Like, I knew it was only going to be one of the two. Either way, they wasn't getting my money for this shit, and it's disappointing that they try to pull the wool over people's eyes. Like, I saw so many people, like, you're watching that Mayweather fight? This is not a fucking fight at all. Get that shit out
It's
of
an
your
exhibition. It was
head.
an
Not even an
exhibition.
exhibition. It wasn't an
And it
exhibition.
was-
This
And it
motherfucker's
was on a
hugging
Sunday.
each other.
So Mayweather put on weight for this to fight someone obviously much bigger. There was no judges. This was for pure entertainment. I think the question is, how much did he make off of this?
50 million, I thought I read.
Yeah.
He made 50 million?
Yeah.
Get your money, black man. Get your money. Fuck it. Look, hey, motherfuckers are dumb enough to pay for it. Fuck it. Do what you. Now, I apologize if you paid for it. I'm not calling you dumb. I'm just saying, basically, if you decided to purchase said fight, and if you were entertained, yay for you. But so wait. I just found out. So there's two of them, the Paul brothers, whatever.
Yeah.
One's an MMA, right? And this one is a boxer, right?
Yeah. So this is the other one is the one that knocked out Nate Robinson.
Yeah. Wait, he didn't knock out Nate Robinson? There's another guy?
It was
I
the
thought
other
it
one.
was
that-
It was his brother.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, this is redemption. How about that?
Fucking travesty. All right, let's move in. Let's get into this album. Lloyd Banks decided to drop an album out of fucking nowhere.
Whoa.
Lloyd Banks, The Course of the Inevitable. Who wants to take this one?
Was
Mary,
it by
Mary, did you get to
surprise?
listen to this album?
I started it.
Okay. Go ahead, Marky.
Was it by surprise? I kind of thought we knew this was coming. We just forgot. Because you dropped the single.
Bro, until you dropped it, you dropped like what, the week before in the group chat? If I knew
Mhm.
before then, it completely wiped away from my memory.
Yeah, I think we was waiting on it, and we forgot about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
dropped the single,
I don't
we
even think
reviewed
it was in a lot of people's feeds because there was a lot of albums that came out Friday.
So, all right, I'll take it. Go ahead, Baylor. Go.
No. Look, it sounded like he made that in 2007.
That's fair.
Very fair. This is pure lyrics. This is just pure. Let me sharpen my sword. Let me show you I still got it. A couple of listens and you kind of move on. But the shit was dope when I first heard it.
Yeah, it's not
And I
much to
listen-
go back to. I will say it's dope. Like, it's dope to hear him rap, just pure bars. Like, he got that off his chest. This reminds me of his Cold Corner series. I don't know if you guys remember that mixtape series, because the Cold Corner series is one of the best mixtape series, and that was nothing but pure bars. That it felt like a continuation of that, rather than an album meant to get mainstream spins. Like, I don't know a single song off this album that you could probably hear on the radio. It's not that type of album. But that works to me. That's the type of album that Lloyd Banks at this point of his career should be giving us. Nobody's checking for Lloyd Banks to give a single. It doesn't matter. Beamer, Benz, and Bentley was the fucking one of the biggest singles of that year. That album dropped and did nothing. So, like, he doesn't need to chase that. The fact of him giving it and just proving that he still got it, he's still the punchline king. That's the lane he should be in right now, I feel, and he delivered that for me. But Baylor seems like you have a different take.
Man, it sounds like y'all niggas just said we just happy to hear that he alive.
Not at all.
No, it's
Not
happy
at
that
all.
he still got the
He
bars.
spit.
Yeah.
He was spitting. The flow was dope. He was spitting some shit.
That monotone shit's gone. Like,
yeah, very true. Very true. It was refreshing. I was cleaning up. I put it on. I was like, oh, okay. He caught me by surprise. I'm like, and I'm going through the whole album.
Y'all not playing that shit again.
I just said when I first heard it, it was refreshing to hear because he was spitting. It was like Hayes said, it was a mixtape. It sounded like a mixtape series.
I got it. I still love my third cousins too, so I ain't tripping.
Man, just sleep on Banks, bro. But
yeah, I give it 3.5 straight up.
That's a
Three
fair
and a half out of 10.
No, out of 5.
Out of 5. God damn,
All right.
bro. It's a straight New York swag album. He went back to he went back in his bag.
That track with Benny though, there you go. I think anything with Benny on it at this point is just gold.
Yeah, Benny at this point, yeah, he doesn't miss, especially on the he doesn't miss at all, much less on the feature. It feels like anytime Benny shows up on the track, he comes with the mindset of whoever I'm rapping on the track with, I'm about to outshine the fuck out of you. This may be a Lloyd Banks track, but when people get done listening to it, it's gonna be a Benny track.
Yep.
So, but all right, that's it on the Lloyd Banks album. Let us know what you guys feel about it. But Marquis, black people
Absolutely, they do. They truly do. Aaron Jones. I don't know if you guys had a chance to listen to his album. He dropped his major debut earlier this year. It's called Child of the State. Dude is from Seattle. Black rocker. He reminds me of like a Hendrix, what's other dude name? Lenny Kravitz. And you can hear the influence of Kurt Cobain in it. You can hear a little pain in his vocals and everything. Did anybody get a chance to listen to it at all? Because I know I sent it a few times.
I definitely listen to it tonight.
Okay. The album is dope. Seriously. The album is dope. He has a few songs that are like you can hear some pain in his heart. And I actually want to reach out to him to interview him. So when we take this, I do want to add him to the social copy. But I do want to reach out to him to see if we can interview him because there's a lot I want to dive into with his album, some questions I have, especially being a black rocker this day and age out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Even though rock is not dead, But still, the fact that he just came out with this album, got signed to a major label, so someone took a chance on him, and the album is dope. Seriously, I would truly give it 4 out of 5 because as a debut album, it's more than solid. His tones are great. His lyrics are actually pretty fucking good. He hits great notes. He knows how to carry them. It's one of those albums. He didn't take a bold step. It was like an introduction. Here I am. But there is a lot of promise there. If he continues on and get the right buzz, I'm pretty sure his next album can be one of those solid, breakthrough albums. This is almost like Britney from what's the band? Give Me All Your Love. Oh my God, I Don't Want to Fight No More. Oh, I can't remember the name. It'll come back to me. But she came out in 2016 with her band, dropped another album in 2018. Then she decided to drop her solo album. And again, she had this great tone, this great sound, beautiful voice. But we don't hear much from her anymore. So again, that's why it feels like that rock is dead. But when there is a Black artist who decides to go into this genre and, make magic out of it, I would like it to be recognized. So I will be reaching out to him, see if we can possibly set up an interview with him because shit is dope. Please check it out.
His album came out this year?
His album came out in March or May, yeah.
Okay, we are at the midway point. So by the end of the year, your expectations for at least the top 10 albums of the year?
Oh, yeah.
Alabama Shakes.
You said what?
I was talking about Alabama Shakes from Britney. I was talking about Alabama Shakes.
Okay.
Rock album, or what do you mean?
No. I'm doing overall. You can throw everything in there. As of right now, we're at the halfway point.
This would probably be in my top 10. I got to think about that, but this might be in my top 10 of all.
Right. Well, we got another half to go through, so I just wanted to see if it stay up there. We're gonna have to bring it back in December.
We know that X album ain't gonna be there.
That shit ain't gonna be in the top 30. Moving on. In a conversation that we were on the precipice of having one of the best conversations we had on this podcast in a minute, we found the secrets of life, and unfortunately, we lost the episode. And we talked about Jay-Z's appearance on the Shop Uninterrupted. Do you guys have the energy to have this conversation again? Since unfortunately, due to a bunch of technical shit, we lost that episode.
Absolutely. Thank God.
So, a different side of Jay-Z that we got to see on this. We had all said like we didn't expect it to be much just because Jay-Z doesn't open up too often. And I had specifically said I thought it was going to be a fluff piece. We talked maybe he was going to be announcing something, but it ended up being probably one of the best interviews and candid interviews Jay has ever had in his career. What do you got? What were you guys left with after this interview? What did you think about it? Is this the best episode of The Shop so far? Mary, come to you first.
I don't know about the best episode of The Shop so far, but I definitely felt like you said, we saw another, and I wouldn't even say it was another side of Jay-Z, honestly. I feel like whenever he gets personal, this is the hope that we see. I felt like his story of basically sharing a stage with X and how he elevated his stage game was pretty touching and, timely. Kind of getting to see him as a father, and as a girl dad definitely was dope too. I felt like where the fuck did Bad Bunny come from? I don't know. He didn't really fit in that scene there, but always cool to see him. Yeah, it was what I would have expected it to be. It wasn't like a shock for me, but it was cool to see.
Okay. Marquis?
I thought it was great. It made me appreciate Jay where he's at now. And I think Mary and I had this conversation before. It was like, Jay's one of those people you want to kind of have access to because he's so successful. You want to pick his brain, but he's so distant. You know what I mean? Like you said, he doesn't give interviews often. And if somebody could bring him out, it's someone like LeBron. But I did appreciate that he was as open, especially letting you know these are the type of people that I want around me when I am open. Bringing up the girl dad, the story about X, and it was dope how he was like, yeah, I'm lyrically better than you. So I'm expecting, that's why I stopped the music and kept spitting so people can recognize the flow. And also the little story he did with his daughter, like peekaboo, like where'd you go? That shit was cute. I appreciated that. So I thought it was dope. I loved it.
All right, Baylor.
I got nothing. All I got was a good DMX story and finding out that Bad Bunny was a wrestler. That was it. That was it. I think Elliot Wilson had the best one. Um, no, no. I mean, don't get me wrong though. I would love to have been in there for that energy because I'm pretty sure they talked about more stuff off the camera than they did on the camera. But
Absolutely.
I felt like somebody else would have gave us a little bit more content. But shit, I got nothing. I think people were just happy to see Hove on TV.
Mhm.
That's it.
I think Hove is the case of like the piece that like we always hear like once you get to the top and hear cautionary tales of the fall down and everything. Jay's the example of once you reach the top, how you find peace once you're there, and the levels that's unlocked after that. Like look at like since Jay Z became a father, and maybe that's what it is too. Like Jay Z wasn't a father in his youth. He wasn't a father at his height of his career. Like he got married, had kids. So we're seeing the evolution of him as like a man still at this late stage of his life for some, and it's refreshing to see. And I think anytime he opens up, that's why 444. While I still think that should be labeled as a spoken word album because he didn't rap one bar on the single album on the whole album. But that's why 444 was so refreshing because we don't get introspective look like that on somebody of Jay's stature very often this far into their career. Usually by now, most people who reach this heights would be a recluse off retired somewhere where they only make an appearance once every couple of years. And so the fact that we still get so much of Jay, it's always going to make it refreshing to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, moving on from that, we've been reviewing The Shy. Uh, which I think is on right now. But what do you guys think about this season so far? The Shy. I think we reviewed episode 1, so we're there on episode 3 or 4 now. What do you guys think of this season so far?
I'm behind.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm excited to catch up. I mean, I actually episode 1 was a good, I felt like it was a good return after being gone for so long. So let's see what happens.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
surprisingly. I think the season still doesn't have what made it special in seasons 1 and 2 to me. Like it still feels like
Yeah.
it's missing something. But
Yeah.
had we never had season 1 and 2, like had that not happened, this is still a very solid show, and I do like the character development they're doing with a lot of these characters, especially the kids. I like that it feels like they are transitioning those kids to kind of become the focus of the show, and
Yeah.
the kids that the actors that portray these kids are very solid actors. I usually don't really like kid actors, but they're growing as actors as well in this show, and I really do think that there's a future of watching them progress and how they navigate their lives continue. So
Shy.
I still think that there's a lot of story to be told in this show. Baylor, what about you?
I'm behind as well, and I usually don't go off of other people's reviews, but from what I've been getting is that like they ready to throw it away. I think a lot of people are saying that they're struggling ever since they got rid of two key characters, in which one had to go and they never really replaced him. But I'm gonna finish it out. I'm still a fan of it, and a lot of people inside the clubhouse room were complaining about a certain scene in the first episode where they felt like they were not rushing it, but kind of like I guess it was like extras or something like that. I,
Mm.
I knew what they were talking about, but I didn't find an issue with it. So I don't know. I wouldn't even call it mixed reviews at this point. There's just been a lot of bad reviews from the people that I've talked to, but I don't really take their word for it anyway.
Yeah, I mean the kid who portrays Kevin, I think he's a really good actor, and he's doing quite a bit of job. He's doing a lot of heavy lifting this season too. Marquis, what about you?
My stocks are down right now. I took a major hit today. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that.
What does that have to do with the
Yeah.
Shy, Marquis?
I don't know. They both disappeared for me.
Mm.
All right. Well, there you have it with that. All right, let's move on. Last topic of the day then. And this is one that I just thought would be an interesting conversation because we talk a lot about rap and the culture, but there are several subgenres within rap, and some, well, a lot they come and go. They have their run, and then they kind of disappear. So I wanted to present to you guys, what is your favorite subgenre of hip hop? Who wants to answer this one first?
Well, are we gonna set the stage for what these subgenres are?
Yeah, I mean, so we can do as far as subgenres, trap, crunk,
Drill.
drill. Oh yeah, definitely drill. You can't forget drill. Mumble rap, mafioso rap, gangster rap. Well, I guess it's the same as mafioso rap, but
Conscious rap.
conscious rap.
So are we?
Conscious rap.
But
Yeah.
are we doing it? Are we doing it outside of the genres that we already listen to? Because you said gangster rap. Like I thought that was
Yeah,
just
gangster rap too. But yeah, and then
Alternative rap.
so yeah, it's sub. What is your favorite subgenre? So it has to be what you listen to. What is your personal favorite subgenre of rap?
I'm gonna go with gangster rap.
Okay.
Might be tied with conscious rap, but
And
I
that's
listen
tied
to
with
more gangster rap. That's what starts my day.
Okay.
cup of coffee. Die, nigga, die. I'm good to go.
Pretty much.
I would say for me, like I love some conscious rap, but it's like, especially as I get older, but just because of like the era and the fact that was like in my young, between 17 to like 23-year-old era, crunk music has this, it's just this special thing to me still to this day. I still listen to it. If I'm on a long drive, like that's like my favorite subgenre of rap because of the era that came with it. Like that was like the last time that rap just felt fun. And like you get this random shit of like Nas and Jadakiss on a fucking Little John beat, and it's just fucking bananas, and the energy's there, but the lyricism is still there as well. Like people remember crunk music as like all just yelling and stuff, but there was some very good like lyricism or messages, I should say, in crunk music as well, but depending on who was rapping. So that's probably my favorite subgenre of hip hop.
Crunk messages.
okay. I had a whole totally different thought process because I thought it was outside of the. Well, I would go with gangster rap, but I've been listening to a lot of drill rap like the last couple of. I would say the last couple of years actually. So Chief Keef, King Von, Dirk. Them
You can hang
niggas.
out with my daughter.
Strictly Chicago though. Anything outside of Chicago, I ain't really paying that shit no mind.
Yeah.
Hmm? Okay.
No doubt. This is why I appreciate dudes like Nas. Like he's that hybrid conscious slash gangster slash lyricism. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mine's probably it would probably as I grew up in gangster. Which is again KRS-One, conscious gangster. He was that hybrid MC slash rapper slash, you know what I mean? The boom bap. Yeah, an alternative.
Yeah.
So I'm stuck in there. There's no one genre. It's because it's so expanded. It's insane. But also the alternative. Like, let's be real. Who didn't listen to Linkin Park?
Mm-hmm.
That expansion got a lot of people into rock music. So I can't say I have a favorite, but I would put gangsta, boom bap, conscious, and alternative right up there. Also, Bryson Tiller. I guess that would be considered.
Mm-mm.
What would that be
R&B.
considered?
That's R&B.
So
I thought they
Chris
called it trap
Brown.
soul.
Trap Soul
Trap
is the
Soul,
name
right?
of his
Okay.
album, but
I thought it was a genre.
That's like melodic rap or something like that. Chris Brown. What's up,
Hey,
dude?
hey, Chris Brown got bars though.
I know.
all right. See, Baylor just wants to be controversial tonight.
You don't think so? You don't think so,
I'm
man?
not falling into the trap.
What do you guys think about? I know this is
He
completely.
displayed bars on one song.
He spit on a couple of other songs.
No,
Yeah,
man.
Okay,
Look,
got
fine.
bars.
I need to start
he
taking
got
edibles.
tracks with Jordan Lucas. He spit
Got
on
bars.
like Brown got bars.
No, I'm dead serious. He's one of the best R&B rappers. I'm dead serious. I'm not trying
Okay.
to.
I got
Okay.
side question
Trace.
before we go home. Just for me to throw this out. What do you guys think about Swiss Beats saying that Janet Jackson doesn't have enough songs to do with verses?
I'll say fuck you, bruh.
I don't really listen
Fuck
to people
you.
no more, man.
Yo, she has 3 decades of music, of classics. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry, Swiss. I hope you hear this. Fuck you, bruh.
So
You
my thing
never
is,
disrespect Janet like that.
I don't know, man. I just let people feel how they want to feel.
She
man.
has 20 songs, put in almost any genre, minimum. How many people you can put up against her?
They gonna throw
That Velvet
Beyonce.
Rope out? Shit.
I know. I'm a Janet fan, but they say she can't sing. You just Hayes just said that Swiss said she doesn't have enough. I don't know what the fuck people be thinking these days.
Listen, so I'm just gonna run through Janet's albums. We're not even gonna talk about the tracks, right? First
I know
album,
them all, but
Janet
go ahead.
Jackson. Second album, Dream Street.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do super good. Dream Street did 250,000 worldwide. Right into Control, 5 times platinum. Rhythm Nation, 6 times platinum. Janet, 6 times platinum. The Velvet Rope, 3 times platinum.
Wow, that was
Come on,
Velvet,
come on.
All of You,
Rope.
2
That was
times
dope.
platinum. Damita
Let's
Joe,
go.
platinum. 20 YO in 2006 still went platinum. Janet Jackson went platinum in 2006. Come on.
So
now.
you could take. So technically, you could take at least 3 tracks from each of those, and
Shit,
you'll
the
get there.
Velvet Rope damn near plays like a greatest hits album. Like
Yeah,
that
for
whole
me.
album.
Flawless.
That whole album.
Yeah,
Flawless.
and the features were great.
yeah,
Everything.
come on now, man.
Flawless.
I
Only person.
I don't know what the fuck Swiss Beats was talking about when he said that.
I'm tired of it. Stop selling. Stop trying to sell a fight in a disrespectful way. You don't have to do it that way. You don't.
You have to put her up against somebody like Madonna.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, Janet Jackson was the first black person publicly to have a fucking nipple ring.
And she know how to dance with a chair.
She do that shit. She do that shit.
How dare you, Swiss Beats? How dare you?
I'm tired
I
of
need to
these
interview
niggas,
you,
man.
bro.
No, I need to challenge
Matter of
that
fact, I don't even want to
motherfucker
interview.
to a duel. That's what needs to happen.
Versus.
I challenge you to a duel, idiot. Pecan nose motherfucker. Even though I do love the Bath Salt song, I appreciate that, Swizz. But fuck you, disrespecting Janet like
They
that.
need to release that remix with J. Cole's verse on it. Like the fact that he played that.
Man,
shit
this
was
motherfucker whole shit hostage.
Man, listen, I can't believe like.
Where's the asshole?
He said, "Man, this motherfucker."
And J. Cole said he was
Asshole,
done doing
yo.
features, and you got him to do a verse on that beat. Why the fuck? That's a crime.
Maybe
against
there's
the
a
culture.
bigger
asshole,
plan.
That's a crime against the culture.
The original Bath Salt song featured Jadakiss, and all their verses were longer. All of them were longer. Yeah, that greater plan. I'm sorry, he made DMX look like he didn't belong on his own song.
All right, that
Okay.
has been another episode of the Breaks Radio. We're gonna go ahead and get the fuck up out of here. Any parting words, Mary? You are up first. If not, give them your social media.
Parting words. No, a bitch is tired. So you can follow me when I'm awake at Miss Mary L. Monte on all social platforms, and at Young Urban Moms, and at the Just Spice TV show with a Y. Yes. That's it.
All right, Baylor.
If anybody disrespect Janet Jackson, just walk away. They don't deserve to be around you in life.
So just walk away.
Just walk away. Don't even say nothing to them. Don't even, and if they call you, don't pick up. Don't talk to them ever again in life. At Baylorism on Twitter, at Baylor the Great on everything else. Don't talk to them no more.
Marquis.
I'm the king of Zamunda, king of the summer. Come be my Kardashian, queen of the come up. To be loved, Shakespearean. Anyway, yep.
Were those bars just now?
Bars.
Oh, those are Jay's bars. I'm sorry, I had to spit Jay's bars because it was relevant right now.
Okay.
Impenetrable. Don't follow me, please.
You can follow me at CEO Hayes, but more importantly, you can follow us collectively at The Breaks Radio. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, thebreaksradio@gmail.com. If you want to leave us a voicemail, you can do so at 614-547-2039. We had a voicemail that was apparently in there for a week that I didn't check, so I apologize. We'll be playing it on next week's episode.
What they
Oh,
say?
do you know what it's about?
Not BlackBerry. Don't invest in BlackBerry. What?
Somebody wanted to argue with us about DMX.
Oh
What
boy.
about it?
With us?
Yeah.
What
You don't
we
want that
do?
smoke.
Huh?
You don't want that smoke.
Oh, bro.
Invite him.
Bro, when I play this voicemail, y'all are gonna be pissed. This person says
So you're gonna make us wait
says-
for a whole other
they
week?
said, well, I don't have it loaded up. I have to like do this whole thing to play. All I will say is that they don't believe DMX is a legend.
Okay.
All right. I don't think they deserve
Hey.
to be played.
What's her nationality?
I mean, they sound like a nigga, but
All right.
Do we know
This whole
them?
thing was racist. How does somebody sound like?
I mean, you know how to sound like a nigga.
come on now.
Nigga, you
Hey,
know a nigga
come
when you
on
hear
now.
him. Come on, bro.
Come
I
on.
I
You
just
know
want
what
to
nigga
I
is.
just
I
want
will
to
not
know did they
participate in
break
that.
down? Did they break down the details of why they feel that way?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
In the
well,
voicemail?
that shit ain't
If they
valid.
did, they ain't black.
I can't.
We can be followed at the places that I said. This has been another episode of the Breaks Radio. We out this bitch. We love y'all. Peace.
Shit, we damn near answered it without even knowing what it was.